Welcome back to Half Moon's Picks. Week 17 is here and 16 is in the books. Christmas is long gone. I wish you had a happy new year this weekend. I hope you had a great happy holiday and Christmas, Hanukkah, whatever it is you believe in. Last week I did a meh week. I went 1-2-1 and 1-2 on my under and over. On our pool picks, I went up like a couple slots because a lot of people, didn't do so well and just plummeted down. Let me run those down real quick. The Deja Vu won again, another week under his belt. 1,087 points, 53%. He's on a roll. Red Hot Lady number 225, number 2, 952 points at 47%. Let's take the Moon's money. That's Geo, 940 points at 50%. West Coast Martin joins back at the top again. Congratulations. I hope to see you. Don't go back down. 924 points at 52%. Crazy Thing 6, 905 points at 50% and bounce back. He's at 902, 50%. And me, 7th place, right below everybody, 887 points at 51%. Just a quick rundown on my holidays. I was with my family. We're all devoted Lions fans for 40 plus years. And we were talking about how, Lions lost last week, the Packers won. And they're, we're right neck and neck. Of course, we're one step ahead of them because we beat them. But we've seen this scenario before so many times. It seems like every 6 or 7 years they always do this. So we were talking about how the Lions are going to win, the Packers are going to win next week. Both teams are going to win. We're going to face each other in the final week and totally lose it. So and it's going to be some phenomenal play at the end where like Brett Favre threw the Hail Mary and the touchdown and we won it. Aaron Rodgers did the same thing a few times. It's unbelievable, but they like to play this. It seems like a little scenario every time, and that's why we always play the Packers at the end of the year because something special always happens. It never fails. So if that happens, don't say I didn't tell you so. Other than that, let's get the show on the road. My fourth pick of the week, my upset pick of the week, we got the Buffalo Bills traveling to the Cincinnati Bengals. The Cincinnati Bengals are a 1-point dog. Game of the week by far. Buffalo's 12-3 and Cincinnati's 11-4. Buffalo's the first seed and the Cincinnati Bengals are the third seed. A win for Cincinnati could give them the first seed as they beat Kansas City, the second seed, earlier this year. They beat them 27-24, week 13. Buffalo's 7-1-1 ATS and 4-3-1 on the road. Cincinnati, they're 12-3 ATS and 5-1 at home. So better ATS record. Buffalo's on back-to-back road games, so give me the Cincinnati Bengals on the money line. My third pick of the week, we got the Denver Broncos traveling to the Kansas City Chiefs. Kansas City Chiefs are a 13.5-point home favorite. Usually I don't like bet big spreads like this, and I usually stay away from them. But at this point, they just fired the Denver Broncos head coach. Denver's offense is just so horrific. Denver's head office still likes Russell Wilson as a quarterback and thinks he's repairable. But this season, they just lost last week, 51-14 versus the Rams. That's just, and then they have one of the top 10 defenses. Denver does. Denver's averaging only 15.5 points per game, and they are last in the NFL on that. Kansas City is number 2 at points per game at 29.2. So even if they both average, it'll be 30-15, which will cover the spread. Kansas City's 14-0 straight up versus Denver since 2015. Denver is 4-10 ATS versus Kansas City in their last year in Kansas City they lost 22-9. Denver, they're out of the playoffs. Kansas City second seed. Denver's also on back-to-back road games. So I know it's a divisional game, but give me the Kansas City Chiefs minus 13.5. My second pick of the week, we got the Indianapolis Colts traveling to the New York Giants. New York Giants are a 5.5-point home favorite. Man, anybody watch that Colts game on Monday night? They were just so bad. They are on a short week as well. They are eliminated from the playoffs. They were a 3-point favorite, the Giants were, and now they're a 5.5-point favorites. Nick Foles just, I don't get it. He just run the ball like, oh, don't tackle me. Oh my God, just so horrific. I don't know who they're starting, probably Foles again. The New York Giants are number 2 ATS record in the NFL. 11-4 ATS and at 73.3%. The New York Giants are also 5-0 ATS after a loss, so they lost last week. Indianapolis, like I said, eliminated off the playoffs, and they're on a third-string quarterback, Nick Foles. You know, he ain't the Nick Foles we saw, win the Super Bowl back with the Eagles. It just looks so bad. The only reason they even got 3 points in Monday night game is, they got gifted good field position. It's just horrible. I had to turn that game off. It was just so sad. Will they do it again? Most likely, because like they said, they got rid of their coaching staff. They got a guy who's never coached a game in his life in college or pro. So it just, they're shooting for first draft pick. My guess, but Houston's already got. But anyway, so give me the New York Giants minus 5.5. And my number one pick of the week, we got the San Francisco 49ers traveling to Las Vegas Raiders. San Francisco 49ers are a 5-point road dog. This is a 4 o'clock game. San Francisco's number one on just about everybody's poll. Have 8 wins in a row. Las Vegas is so bad, with turnovers and bad decision making, penalties. It's like I can't see myself, picking the Vegas Raiders with only 5 points. You have to give me something like 14. San Francisco pretty much clinched the division and the playoff berth, and they'll be paying attention to the Eagles and the Minnesota games. So San Francisco, do your thing. Give me the San Francisco 49ers minus 5. All right, that's my top picks for the week. Let's go down the rundown. Thursday night football, we got the Dallas Cowboys traveling to the Tennessee Titans. The Dallas Cowboys are a 10-point road favorite. Man, 10 points. It's hard to pick. I like Dallas on this 10 points. Tennessee's 0-4-1 ATS in the last 5 games. They've just been horrific. It seems like they always get blown out by top-tier teams. They'll keep it close against, bottom dwellers like Houston or something. But Tennessee's 1-4 in the last 5 games versus Dallas. Dallas is 11-4 ATS on the road. Tennessee has the number 2 run defense, but 31st versus the pass. So I expect Dallas to get a quick lead at the beginning, then get blown out, and Tennessee tries to catch up and just does horrible like they usually do. So give me the Dallas Cowboys minus 10. Next, we've got the Sunday 1 o'clock game. We got the Arizona Cardinals traveling to the Atlanta Falcons. Atlanta Falcons are a 3-point home favorite. Both teams out. Arizona's on a 5-game losing streak, and Atlanta's on a 4-game losing streak. Both teams out of the playoffs. Loser gets potentially better draft pick, maybe. I don't know who pays attention to that. Home team gets 3 points. That's how they scored this. How they got this spread. Trace McSorley versus Desmond Ridder at quarterback. So yeah, a couple of nobodies, third stringers. This is a pool pick for me. I couldn't figure. I'm taking the home team minus 3. I can't see, at least Atlanta's trying to work with their, rookie. Arizona didn't look too bad, but they got just blown away last week. So yeah, give me the Atlanta just for a pool pick only. I don't see anybody betting on this game. Next, we got the Miami Dolphins traveling to the New England Patriots. New England Patriots are a 2.5-point home favorite. Miami's on a 4-game loss. They lost 3 road games, then came home, got a loss, and then New England. This game was a pickup, and then they announced Tua is going out for a concussion protocol, so they're going to go without their quarterback. Miami's was winning at home last week versus Green Bay. They were 20-10 in the first half, and then Tua just threw 3 picks. And unbelievable. It's just and then didn't even score a point in the second half. Unbelievable. Miami's number 2 in the pass per games, but like I said, without Tua, it ain't number 2 in the pass. New England's defense is 14th ranked, but versus the pass, they have 16 interceptions, 14 forced fumbles, and 4 pick sixes. They're number 1 in the NFL in turnovers. New England on the money line, like I said, I love this. But, minus 2.5, it's under a field goal. I wouldn't go over 3, so give me the New England Patriots minus 2.5. Next, we got the New Orleans Saints traveling to the Philadelphia Eagles. Philadelphia Eagles are a 6.5-point home favorite. Gardner Minshew most likely is going to start with the Eagles. They just need one more game to clinch it. I think I got New Orleans on back-to-back road games. I got do up, do down. If Philadelphia lost last week and New Orleans won. New Orleans 2-5 ATS on the road and 1-4 ATS after a win. Philadelphia's number 1 at home in the NFL at a 6-1 ATS spread. Eagles, like I said, Jalen Hurts is probably out. He's throwing shoulder, so uncertain. So I'm guessing Gardner Minshew's playing. I'm sure the spread's going to go up high, so if you're going to bet Philadelphia, bet it now. Eagles need to win either the Saints or the Giants game for home field advantage in the playoffs. So everybody's hoping, like San Francisco or Minnesota, hoping that, they lose out and they get a chance for the number 1 seed. But for me, I think they can do this with New Orleans. Like I said, do up, do down. So give me the Philadelphia Eagles minus 6.5. Next, we got the Carolina Panthers traveling to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Carolina Panthers are a 3-point road dog. Tampa Bay offense is like a snooze fest. I don't know how or they get any points last week. They just couldn't score nothing. And then near the end of the game, they just barely came back and won it by 3. They're just not in sync. They're throwing routes that the receiver's not even going to. I don't get it. Something's going on down there. Carolina actually rushed a single game franchise record, 320 yards at one game. Yeah, against my beloved Lions. If Carolina wins out for the year, they might win the division. So they desperately need to win this game against Tampa Bay. Carolina is 5-1 ATS in the last 6 games, so they're fighting. And Tampa Bay is 0-5 in their last 5 games. So give me the Carolina Panthers plus that field goal. Next, we got the Chicago Bears traveling to the Detroit Lions. Chicago Bears are a 6-point road dog. Yeah, Justin Fields, last time they played in Week 11, got 147 yards against Detroit because Detroit can't stop that running quarterback. Detroit lost in Carolina, placed the Lions to only a 23% chance of making it to the playoffs. They pretty much need to win out with Chicago and Green Bay, and then need a loss from the Washington Commanders and the Seattle Seahawks, or 2 losses with the Giants. So, playing it all out. See how the Lions are going to do this. Last time these 2 teams played, it was a 31-30 victory for Detroit. Detroit is tied for the best ATS record with 10-5 ATS-wise. But the last time Detroit beat Chicago by more than 6 points was a 20-10 victory back in 2017. So I like Detroit to win this game, but I'm taking Chicago to cover. So give me Chicago Bears plus 6. Next, we got the Cleveland Browns traveling to the Washington Commanders. Washington Commanders are a 2.5-point home favorite. Cleveland's eliminated out of the playoffs. They're 4-8 straight up in the last 12 and 1-5 straight up on the road. Washington pretty much needs these last 2 games to win out to make it to the playoffs. They're in desperate mode, and Cleveland's just kicking back. Will they play spoiler? I don't know. 2.5 points is under 3, even if Washington wins by a field goal. So give me the Washington Commanders minus 2.5. Next, we got a tricky one. We got the Jacksonville Jaguars traveling to the Houston Texans. The Houston Texans are a 4-point home dog. Now, this is one big public bet. Everybody's on Jacksonville, and this is Jacksonville doing great. They're only a 4-point favorite. But they're on back-to-back road games. Jacksonville is. I know Houston's out. They're still playing. Don't get me wrong. let's look at the numbers. This will pretty much tell you why Vegas is giving that carrot out for 4 points. Jacksonville is 0-9 straight up in Houston in the last 9 matches. They haven't won there since 2017, and is only 1-5 ATS in the last 6 matchups, head-to-head. This year, Jacksonville's 4-1 ATS in the last 5 games, and Houston won in Jacksonville 13-6 in Week 5 this year. Houston is still playing competitive. I love them as a home dog, so give me the Houston Texans +4. Next, we got the New York Jets traveling to the Seattle Seahawks. The New York Jets are a 2.5-point road favorite. Jets 9th seed, and Seattle's the 8th seed. Somehow, I don't know how both these teams still have a chance of making it to the playoffs. The New York Jets are 2-4 ATS in the last 6 games, as to Seattle's 0-6 in the last 6 games. I'm taking the Jets on this one. They have more time to prepare, as they are on a long week, so they play Thursday night. They got the better defense and a slightly better ATS record. But they did announce, this was a pick'em game at first, but they went to 2.5 when they announced Mike White is starting. So they're going to start Mike White, and the backup will be Joe Flacco. Geno Smith, I know, is playing his old team, the Jets, and they're at home. I get it. So this is going to be one of those games that might be, just flip a coin. But I like Mike White with the better defense, so give me the New York Jets -2.5. Next, we got the Minnesota Vikings traveling to the Green Bay Packers. Green Bay Packers are a 3-point home favorite. This is a divisional game. Vikings on a 2-game win streak, as the Green Bay Packers are on a 3-game win streak. Minnesota clinched the playoffs already and the division, so no matter what Green Bay does, they can't take the division. Minnesota's playing to secure the 2nd seat. Green Bay's fighting to make the playoffs. Minnesota's won in Week 1, 23-7 this year already. Last year, Green Bay won 37-10 in Green Bay. So these two teams are going to be close games, 3 points, not a lot to me. So give me the Green Bay Packers -3. Next, we got the Los Angeles Rams traveling to the Los Angeles Chargers, right down the street. The LA Chargers clinched the playoffs with a win on Monday night versus the Indianapolis Colts. Dismal game. The Chargers are 4-1 straight up in the last 5 games, but only 3-1 ATS-wise as far as a home favorite. The Rams are 0-5 straight up in the road this year, but usually play Chargers really well. They are 4-2 straight up and ATS-wise on their last 6 meetings. The Chargers are on a short week this week, so give me the LA Rams +6.5. Next, we got the Sunday Night Football. The Pittsburgh Steelers traveling to the Baltimore Ravens. Pittsburgh Steelers are a 3-point road dog. Baltimore won in Pittsburgh 16-14 in Week 14. Baltimore is 2-4 ATS in the last 6 games. Pittsburgh's 4-1 ATS in the last 5 games, and 4-1 straight up versus Baltimore in the last 5 games. Pittsburgh's 4-2 ATS in the last 6 road games as well. Pittsburgh's a big public bet on this. These Baltimore, they're on a 2nd-string quarterback. So give me the Pittsburgh Steelers +3. Last 2 weeks I hit my 3-team teaser. This week I got Pittsburgh +10, Cincinnati +8, and Carolina +10. That seems like a good combination there. There's a fast recap, so you don't have to watch me blabber for the 15 minutes or however long this video is going to be. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. And hey, check out some of the comments down below. Some of these guys, they give some good advice on a lot of things. So, I read every single one of them. If you want to interact with me, just leave me a message. Give me what you think, what you like. Why not? I like to hear it all. So I will see you next week, and have a happy new year. Peace.